Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends and fellow dreamer, we all face moments in life that feel like setbacks. Moments when it feels like the world is against us. When everything we've worked for slips through our fingers. But here's the truth. No matter how far we've fallen, no matter how deep the pain runs, there is always a way to rise again. 2025 is here. It's not just another year on the calendar, it's a fresh canvas, a new chance to write our story, to rebuild, to reinvent, and to make the greatest comeback of our lives. Life doesn't follow a straight path. And the journey you have walked, whether it's been full of victories or setbacks, has shaped you into the person you are today. Every twist and turn, every failure and success has left its mark on you. Understanding and acknowledging this journey is the first step in making the greatest comeback of your life. This isn't about pretending that the past hasn't happened or trying to erase the mistakes you've made. It's about accepting everything that has come before, understanding the lessons it has taught you, and using that wisdom to move forward with purpose. Many of us are taught to look ahead, to keep our eyes on the future and not dwell on what's behind us. While there's truth in the idea of not being stuck in the past, there's also value in reflection. Reflection is not about regret. Reflection is about recognition. The recognition that every moment of your past, every obstacle you've encountered, and every setback you've faced has made you who you are. When you truly acknowledge the fullness of your journey, you understand that each part has contributed to your growth, no matter how painful or difficult it may have seemed in the moment. Take a moment to think about your life, not as it is now, but as it has been. Think about the hard days, the challenges that left you feeling exhausted and hopeless. Now, think about how those very challenges are the reason you are still here, still moving forward, still fighting for more. It's easy to focus on what didn't go the way you wanted, on the mistakes you wish you hadn't made. But how would you have learned if you hadn't fallen? How would you have found the courage to keep going if you hadn't stumbled first? Every struggle you've faced has been part of your training. It's been a lesson, even if it didn't feel like one at the time. Every failure you've experienced has given you valuable insight into what doesn't work. Every painful moment has shown you just how strong you can be when you face adversity head on. We often try to bury these experiences, thinking that they are sources of shame or regret, but they are, in fact, the foundation of your resilience. Acknowledging your journey also means giving yourself credit for the victories. Too often, we minimize our successes, attributing them to luck or downplaying their significance. But every achievement, no matter how small, is a testament to your strength, your determination, and your willingness to take risks. Whether it was completing a difficult project, healing from a personal loss, or simply finding the courage to start over after failure, those moments are worth acknowledging. They are proof that you are capable of overcoming, that you have the power within you to change the course of your life. The journey is also filled with lessons learned through others, through the people you've met, the relationships you've formed, and the connections you've made. Not all of these experiences have been easy, and some may have been painful, but through each of them, you've learned more about yourself, about how you relate to others, and about the world around you. Some of these lessons may have been hard to accept, but they have all contributed to your growth, and that's what's most important. You're the shape. Whether the people in your life have built you up or broken you down, they have played a role in shaping your path. And this doesn't mean that you should hold on to resentment or regret, but rather that you should recognize that everyone who crossed your path has taught you something valuable, even if it was simply how to stand up for yourself or set boundaries. When you acknowledge your journey, you also have to recognize the emotional and mental scars that may still be present. These scars can often feel like weights, pulling you down and holding you back. But they don't have to define you. They can be reminders of what you've endured, but they don't have to limit what you can achieve in the future. It's important to confront your pain, not to push it away or pretend it doesn't exist. You are not weaker for having experienced hardship. In fact, acknowledging your pain allows you to heal. And in healing, you can move forward with a renewed sense of strength and purpose. At times, it's tempting to look at others and compare your journey to theirs. We live in a world where social media and public personas often highlight only the successes, leaving out the struggles. But remember, everyone has faced challenges, and no one's path is perfect. The truth is, the people you admire for their accomplishments have also had their own difficulties to overcome. What sets them apart is not that they've been free of obstacles, but that they've chosen to embrace their struggles and learn from them. The most successful individuals are often the ones who've had to fight through the hardest battles. Acknowledge that the hardships you've faced are not signs of weakness, but of strength. It takes courage to continue after you've been knocked down, to rise after you've been broken. Many people quit along the way, but you didn't. And that alone is something worth recognizing. Your ability to keep going, to keep trying, even when everything around you seems to be falling apart, is what makes you resilient. Every day you chose to get up and move forward even when it felt impossible. You proved to yourself that you are stronger than you think. When you acknowledge your journey, you also acknowledge your capacity for growth. Your past doesn't define your future. Just because you've faced setbacks doesn't mean you're destined for failure. You have the power to rewrite your story at any moment. The beauty of acknowledging your journey is that it frees you to let go of limiting beliefs and embrace the potential for change. The past is a part of who you are, but it doesn't control your future. The process of acknowledging your journey doesn't mean you have to stay stuck in the past. In fact, it's the opposite. It allows you to move forward with greater clarity and purpose. When you understand where you've been, you can better navigate where you're going. Your experiences, good, bad, and in between, have given you the tools you need to face the future with confidence. You know what works for you and what doesn't. You know your strengths and your weaknesses. You know where you need to grow and where you're already thriving. All of this knowledge empowers you to take the next step with a sense of purpose and direction. There is power in knowing that you've already overcome so much. When the road ahead looks uncertain, you can look back on your journey and remind yourself of all the times you thought you couldn't make it but did it anyway. When you feel fear creeping in, you can remember the courage you've already shown. And when the weight of the world feels too heavy to bear, you can remind yourself that you've carried it before and came out stronger. Acknowledging your journey also means giving yourself permission to heal. You don't have to carry the weight of every past mistake, every past hurt, or every past failure. Healing is a process, and it starts with acceptance. Accept that you're not perfect. Accept that you've made mistakes. Accept that you've faced challenges and that it's okay to feel pain. But also accept that you have the power to move beyond these things. Healing doesn't mean forgetting what happened, but it means finding peace with it. And in finding peace with it, you can move forward, lighter and stronger than before. As you embark on the journey of making the greatest comeback of your life, remember that everything you've been through, every step of your journey has led you here. It has prepared you for this moment. Every obstacle you've faced has taught you something, and every hardship has made you more capable. Don't dismiss the significance of what you've been through. Embrace it, own it, and let it propel you forward as you step into the future with a newfound sense of purpose and strength. Your journey is uniquely yours, and it's what makes you powerful. By acknowledging it fully, you give yourself the gift of understanding, acceptance, and the ability to move forward with a clear heart and mind. This is how you begin to build the foundation for your greatest comeback. When it comes to making a true and lasting comeback, the people we surround ourselves with play a crucial role in either supporting or hindering that journey. The right environment can fuel our motivation, boost our confidence, and help us grow, while the wrong one can drain our energy, reinforce self-doubt, and slow our progress. It's easy to overlook the influence that others have on us, but the reality is that the people we interact with regularly shape the way we think, act, and feel. That's why it's essential to carefully choose who we allow into our circle and to understand how our relationships impact our comeback. The first thing to consider when building a supportive environment is that positivity is not just about being around people who always say the right things or shower us with praise. True support comes from people who challenge us to be better, who believe in us even when we don't believe in ourselves, and who offer constructive criticism when needed. It's about finding those who encourage growth, not those who keep us comfortable in our complacency. You need people who can hold up a mirror and show you your potential, who help you see the strengths you might be overlooking, and who aren't afraid to push you to strive harder and aim higher. These people might not always tell you what you want to hear, but they will tell you what you need to hear to grow. The right people help you shift your mindset from limitation to possibility. They remind you of your worth when you start doubting yourself. They celebrate your successes, no matter how small, and offer support through your failures. Surrounding yourself with individuals who genuinely want the best for you means that you'll have a constant source of encouragement and accountability. Their belief in you will help you carry the weight of your challenges and keep you from giving up when things get tough. On the other hand, toxic relationships can have the opposite effect. When we surround ourselves with people who constantly bring negativity, who criticize or belittle us, it becomes harder to move forward. These people often instill fear, insecurity, and self-doubt. They tell us that our dreams are unrealistic, that we're not capable of success, or that we're not worthy of achieving our goals. Their negative energy can cloud our judgment, stifle our confidence, and keep us stuck in a cycle of self-sabotage. It's crucial to recognize the signs of toxic relationships, whether it's a friend who constantly drains your energy, a family member who doesn't believe in your potential, or a colleague who discourages your ideas. While it's difficult to distance ourselves from these people, it's important to remember that protecting your mental and emotional health is key to your growth. Building a supportive environment also means recognizing the value of different perspectives. Surrounding yourself with a variety of individuals who bring unique experiences and insights to the table can be incredibly beneficial. These people might not always see things the way you do, but their different viewpoints can help you broaden your own, challenge your assumptions, and see problems from angles you might not have considered. This kind of diversity in thought can foster creativity and innovation, and can provide you with the tools you need to overcome obstacles that might have seemed insurmountable. It's important to seek out individuals who will not only offer you support, but who will also help you expand your thinking and grow in ways you might not have imagined. One of the most powerful ways that the people around us can support our comeback is through accountability. Having someone to hold you accountable can be a game changer. When you're working toward a big goal or trying to make a significant change, it's easy to get sidetracked or lose motivation. But having someone who checks in on your progress, who celebrates your wins, and who gently nudges you when you fall off track can make all the difference. Accountability partners push you to show up even when you don't feel like it, and they remind you of why you started in the first place. These people aren't just there to hold you to your commitments. They're there to remind you that your dreams matter, that your goals are worth pursuing, and that you are capable of achieving them. It's not enough to just surround yourself with people who support you. You also need to be willing to let go of relationships that are no longer serving you. This can be one of the hardest parts of making a comeback, especially if those relationships are long-standing or involve people you deeply care about. Letting go of toxic or draining relationships doesn't mean you're cutting people out of your life permanently, but it does mean creating boundaries that allow you to prioritize your own well-being and growth. It's about recognizing when a relationship is no longer healthy for you and taking the necessary steps to protect your peace. This can be an emotional process, but it's a vital part of reclaiming your power and ensuring that your environment is one that uplifts and supports your personal growth. Building a positive and supportive environment is not something that happens overnight. It requires intentionality and effort. It's about being mindful of the energy that people bring into your life and actively choosing to spend time with those who inspire, motivate, and challenge you. It means investing in relationships that are mutually supportive, where both parties can help each other grow. It also means being the kind of person who offers encouragement, positivity, and accountability to others, so that you can build a network of people who are equally invested in each other's success. As you work toward your comeback, it's important to remember that you don't have to do it alone. While the journey may be yours to take, you don't have to carry the burden by yourself. The right people will walk alongside you, cheer you on, and help you rise when you fall. By surrounding yourself with positivity, accountability, and support, you create a powerful network that can propel you forward toward the success and fulfillment you deserve. Choose your circle wisely and let them help you become the best version of yourself. The power of perseverance cannot be overstated when it comes to making a significant comeback in life. Often, when we face setbacks, it's easy to feel defeated, to question whether the struggle is worth it. The road to success and transformation is rarely linear, and many times it's full of obstacles, detours, and moments when we feel like giving up. But it is precisely in those moments of difficulty, when everything seems impossible, that the ability to persevere makes all the difference. Perseverance is not about avoiding hardship. It's about having the determination to push through it, to keep going despite the challenges, and to keep believing in yourself even when others may not. Perseverance is built on a foundation of resilience. And resilience is the ability to recover quickly from setbacks, to bounce back when life knocks you down. But resilience doesn't happen automatically. It's developed through experience, through facing challenges, and through learning how to overcome them. The more you endure, the stronger you become. Each setback becomes an opportunity to grow, to learn how to navigate adversity with grace and strength. The key to perseverance is understanding that difficulties are not the end of the road, but part of the process. Each failure, each mistake, each challenge you encounter is a lesson in disguise, preparing you for the next step on your journey. One of the most important things to realize when it comes to perseverance is that it is often the deciding factor between success and failure. Many people give up just before they're about to succeed. They may have faced a series of failures or challenges, and they reach a point where they feel like it's just not worth it anymore. But the truth is, the point at which they give up is often the moment right before the breakthrough happens. Perseverance requires the patience to continue working toward your goal even when you can't see the immediate results. It's about trusting the process. Even when the path forward feels unclear or when progress is slow, when you stay committed, even in the face of adversity, you are more likely to reach your goal, even if it takes longer than you initially anticipated. Perseverance also means refusing to accept defeat as final. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that one failure defines your future, that a setback means you're not meant for success. But the reality is that setbacks are just temporary. Failure is only permanent if you stop trying. The most successful individuals in the world didn't get there by never failing. They got there by embracing failure, learning from it, and using it as fuel to keep going. The key is to view failure not as a reflection of your worth, but as a part of the process that leads to success. Every time you pick yourself up after a fall, you get stronger and you get one step closer to where you want to be. Perseverance is also about maintaining faith in your vision, even when it seems like the world around you is telling you to quit. Many times, when we're pursuing something important to us, we encounter skepticism, doubt, and discouragement from others. People may tell you that your dreams are unrealistic or that you should give up because it's too difficult. In these moments, perseverance means staying true to your vision, holding on to the belief that your dream is worth fighting for, even if no one else can see it yet. When you persevere, you build the inner strength to block out the noise and stay focused on what matters most to you. It's about trusting that your vision is valid even when others can't see it, and knowing that persistence is the key to turning your vision into reality. In the pursuit of a comeback, perseverance also involves maintaining a positive attitude even in the face of setbacks. It's easy to fall into a negative mindset when things aren't going well, to become discouraged, or to start doubting your ability to succeed. But maintaining a positive attitude is essential for keeping your energy high and staying motivated to continue. Positivity doesn't mean ignoring the difficulties or pretending everything is fine when it's not. It means choosing to focus on the solutions rather than the problems, on the possibilities rather than the limitations. A positive mindset helps you see opportunities in the midst of challenges, and it fuels your perseverance by reminding you that setbacks are just temporary and that every obstacle can be overcome with effort, determination, and time. Another key element of perseverance is flexibility. While it's important to stay focused on your goal, it's equally important to recognize that the path to that goal may not always be straightforward. Sometimes the strategy that you've been using may not be working, or life may throw unexpected challenges your way that force you to adjust your approach. Perseverance doesn't mean stubbornly pushing forward with the same plan even when it's not yielding results. It means being adaptable, being willing to change course when necessary, and finding new ways to move forward. Flexibility allows you to continue your journey toward your goal even if the road you're traveling on isn't the one you originally envisioned. One of the most powerful ways to cultivate perseverance is to focus on the small wins. When you're facing a difficult challenge or working toward a big goal, it can be easy to become overwhelmed by the enormity of what lies ahead. But instead of focusing on how far you have to go, take time to celebrate each small victory along the way. Every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. By acknowledging and celebrating these small wins, you remind yourself that you are making progress, that you are capable, and that you are one step closer to your goal. This practice builds momentum and helps you stay motivated even when the journey seems long. Perseverance also involves self-compassion. There will be times when things don't go as planned, when you make mistakes, or when you fall short of your goals. It's easy to beat yourself up during these times, but being kind to yourself is crucial for maintaining your perseverance. Self-compassion means treating yourself with the same understanding and patience that you would offer to a friend. It means recognizing that you are human, that you will face challenges, and that failure is not a reflection of your worth, but an opportunity to learn and grow. When you practice self-compassion, you strengthen your resolve and keep moving forward, knowing that setbacks don't define you. Perseverance is about not giving up, no matter how difficult the road ahead may seem. It's about maintaining your focus on the bigger picture, trusting the process, and taking consistent action toward your goals, even when things get tough. Perseverance is what transforms obstacles into opportunities, failures into lessons, and setbacks into stepping stones on the path to success. When you embrace perseverance, you develop the resilience to face any challenge that comes your way and the strength to continue moving forward no matter what. Changing the way we think is often the most significant challenge in transforming our lives. It's not always easy, but it's necessary if we want to truly make a comeback. Reframing our mindset means shifting our perspective on life's challenges, setbacks, and opportunities. It's about consciously deciding to see things differently, to stop being a victim of circumstances, and to start being the architect of our own future. Reframing your mindset is the cornerstone of making a powerful comeback. When life knocks you down, your thoughts will either help you rise or keep you stuck. How you think about your struggles will directly impact how you move forward. If you see every obstacle as a dead end, you'll stop trying. But if you see each obstacle as a lesson, an opportunity to grow, then you'll keep moving, even when the path is unclear. It's about flipping the script on what you tell yourself and the story you believe about your life. One of the biggest mistakes we make when facing hardship is allowing negative thoughts to consume us. It's easy to fall into the trap of self-doubt and worry. I'm not good enough. I'll never make it, or this is too hard. These thoughts become our reality if we let them. We start to believe that failure is final, that success is reserved for others, or that we're simply not cut out for the things we dream about. But this mindset is a lie we tell ourselves. The truth is, failure is not final. It's not the end of the road. It's simply a stepping stone, a necessary part of the journey. It's only by reframing our thinking that we can unlock the power to keep going. When you reframe your mindset, you start to view challenges differently. Instead of seeing them as burdens, you begin to see them as opportunities for growth. Every difficult situation is a chance to learn something new, whether it's about the world around you or about yourself. You don't have to fear challenges. You can embrace them. With every obstacle, you can ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow stronger from this experience? What does this teach me about my resilience and determination? When you shift your focus from the problem to the lesson, you shift your entire perspective on life. The power of reframing your mindset also comes from changing how you see yourself. Often, the way we perceive ourselves limits our potential. If you see yourself as incapable or not worthy of success, you will act accordingly. But when you begin to believe in your own ability, when you recognize that you are capable of achieving great things, it shifts the way you approach everything. Reframing your mindset means acknowledging that you are not your failures, you are not the mistakes you've made or the times you've stumbled. You are the person who has learned from those experiences and emerged stronger. It means understanding that your past doesn't define your future. Just because you've faced setbacks doesn't mean you can succeed in the future. In fact, your setbacks make you more prepared for what's ahead. When you change the way you think about yourself, you also change the way you act. Your thoughts shape your actions. If you believe you can't do something, your actions will reflect that belief. But if you believe you can, you will act with confidence, with determination, and with resilience. Reframing your mindset means taking control of your inner dialogue. It means silencing the voice of doubt and replacing it with the voice of possibility. You start telling yourself that you can do it, that you have what it takes, that even if you stumble, you will get back up. Another important part of reframing your mindset is letting go of perfectionism. Many of us are afraid of failure because we've bought into the idea that everything must be perfect. But perfectionism is a prison. It holds us back from taking action, from moving forward, because we're too afraid of making mistakes. But the truth is, mistakes are part of the process. No one has ever succeeded without facing failure, without stumbling along the way. Reframing your mindset means embracing imperfection. It means understanding that failure is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of courage, of daring to try. It's about shifting from a mindset of fear to one of courage, where you are willing to take risks and fail forward. Reframing your mindset is also about letting go of the need for validation from others. It's so easy to look to others for approval, to measure our worth based on what others think of us. But this mindset is limiting. When you begin to reframe your thinking, you realize that your worth isn't dependent on anyone else's opinion. You are worthy because you exist, because you are constantly growing, learning, and evolving. The validation you need comes from within, not from the external world. When you stop seeking approval from others, you begin to find your true power. You trust yourself and your abilities. You believe in your journey, even when others don't understand it. One of the most powerful ways to reframe your mindset is to practice gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you don't have to what you do have. It allows you to see the blessings in your life even when things aren't perfect. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring the challenges or pretending everything is fine when it's not. It means acknowledging that despite the struggles, there is still much to be thankful for. When you practice gratitude, you train your mind to focus on abundance, not scarcity. You shift from a mindset of lack to one of plenty. And this shift, no matter how small, can change everything. When you are grateful, you open yourself up to more opportunities, more success, and more joy. Reframing your mindset is an ongoing process. It's not something that happens overnight, and it's not always easy. There will be moments when negative thoughts creep in, when doubt tries to take hold. But every time you catch yourself thinking negatively, you have the power to change that thought. You can reframe it, shift your perspective, and take action with renewed energy. This is how you take control of your life. This is how you set yourself up for the greatest comeback. Your mind is one of the most powerful tools you have. It can either hold you back or propel you forward. By reframing your mindset, you unlock your potential, you discover your true strength, and you begin to see challenges as the opportunities they truly are. When you shift your perspective, you realize that nothing is impossible. The comeback you've been waiting for starts with your mind. The greatest transformation begins with a decision to change the way you think. Taking consistent action is the key to turning any goal, dream, or comeback into reality. It's easy to talk about big ideas, to get excited about change, but without the discipline and dedication to back it up, nothing will truly move forward. Progress isn't made in bursts of motivation or fleeting moments of inspiration. It's built through the daily decisions and the small steps that we take, even when we don't feel like it. That's what makes the difference between those who dream and those who actually achieve. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about committing to take action even when the path is uncertain or the odds seem stacked against you. The first thing to understand about taking consistent action is that it doesn't need to be grand. We often think that in order to make progress, we have to do something huge, something life-changing every day. But the truth is, the most significant results come from the small, often overlooked actions that we take regularly. It's the repeated effort, the discipline, the daily choices that build momentum over time. It's the commitment to show up every day, even when there is no immediate reward or recognition. And the most important part of that process is being okay with starting small. Starting small doesn't mean you're not ambitious. It means you're smart enough to understand that great things are built piece by piece. Too many people get overwhelmed by the idea of achieving something big. They look at the destination and feel discouraged because the journey seems too long, or the gap between where they are and where they want to be feels impossible to bridge. But the only way to close that gap is by consistently taking the next step. Sometimes that step is incredibly small. Sending one email, writing one paragraph, making one phone call. It may not seem like much, but it's progress. And when you add up those small steps over time, they lead you to your goals. The key is not to focus on the enormity of the task ahead, but rather on what you can do today. Consistency is about showing up when you don't feel like it. It's easy to take action when you're motivated, when the energy is high, when everything feels possible. But the true test of your commitment is whether you can take action on the days when motivation is low, when self-doubt creeps in, or when life presents 1,000 distractions. This is where most people fail. They wait for the right moment, the day when everything feels perfect, or when they're in the mood to work. But the truth is, the right moment often doesn't come on its own. You have to create it. Consistency means deciding that no matter what, you're going to take that step forward, even when you don't feel ready. The beauty of consistent action is that it doesn't have to be perfect. Too often we wait until we feel fully prepared, until we think we have everything figured out. But waiting for the perfect plan, the perfect day, the perfect conditions is a trap. Perfection is a myth, and if you wait for everything to align, you'll spend your life waiting. Instead of focusing on perfection, instead of making your goal about getting everything exactly right, make it about learning and improving along the way. Every action you take teaches you something, whether you succeed or fail. And each small step gets you closer to the life you want to create. When you commit to consistent action, you also begin to build confidence. Each time you show up and do the work, you prove to yourself that you can trust yourself. You begin to believe that you are capable of doing hard things, that you have the strength to keep going even when the road gets tough. This builds an internal sense of power that no external validation can provide. Consistency creates a cycle of progress, confidence, and motivation. The more you do, the more you believe you can do. It becomes easier to keep going because you know you've done it before. And the more you see results, even if they're small, the more motivated you'll be to continue. One of the most powerful aspects of taking consistent action is that it forces you to break down your goals into manageable steps. When you set a big goal, it can often feel overwhelming. You might not know where to start or how to begin, but by focusing on daily actions, you don't have to worry about the end result yet. You just need to ask yourself, what can I do today? What's the next step, no matter how small? This makes the process less intimidating and allows you to maintain a steady pace without getting overwhelmed by the big picture. Consistent action helps you build resilience. There will always be setbacks. There will be days when things don't go according to plan, when you feel like giving up, or when you face failure. But consistent action teaches you to keep going even when things don't go smoothly. It shows you that you don't have to get everything right, but you do have to keep moving forward. Each setback is an opportunity to learn, to adapt, and to grow. As you take consistent action, you build the mental toughness necessary to keep going through tough times. In this journey of taking consistent action, accountability is a key ingredient. Having someone to check in with, whether it's a mentor, a friend, or even your own journal, helps to keep you on track. Accountability isn't just about having someone else hold you responsible, it's about holding yourself responsible. It's about checking in with your progress, evaluating what's working, and adjusting what isn't. The act of reviewing your own actions, even daily, allows you to stay aligned with your goals and make sure you're not getting off track.